Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander. And today we have another episode in our Spoiler Spotlight series in which I talk about, well, spoilers and tell you what my thoughts are on them. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Roxanne Starfall Savant. For 3 colorless, 1 red and 1 green, it's a legendary creature, cat druid for 3 with whenever Roxanne Starfall Savant enters the battlefield or attacks, create a tapped colorless artifact token named Meteorite with when Meteorite enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target, and tap, add 1 mana of any color. And whenever you tap an artifact token for mana, add 1 mana of any type that artifact token produced. So before I get going with this, thank you to MTG Goldfish for creating this translated version of the card because it's originally in Japanese, but wow, this is absolutely insane. I saw this and I couldn't believe that it had been printed because it's just so much value that can be abused in so many different ways and it's so repeatable. Anyway, let's get down to analyzing the card. For starters, this has the ETB and attack trigger just like the Titans that so many cards seem to have these days, and that just guarantees that you're going to get immediate value whilst also being able to get repeatable value. But what is it that you're getting? Well, you're getting basically the card Meteorite, which was an old card from back in the day, which cost 5 mana and entered the battlefield dealing 2 damage to anything and then tapped for 1 mana of any color. Now that card never really saw that much play because of course 5 mana is a lot to play for a mana rock even if it has 2 damage attached to it, but it was nice in limited as a way to remove opposing creatures in colors that maybe didn't have access to that much removal. In Commander, however, and when you're getting repeatable uses out of it, it becomes so much better than this. For starters, the fact that you're getting this every time you attack means that you can actually get a lot of repeatable value out of this, but the interesting part for me is that even if it dies immediately after entering the battlefield, it's already essentially paid for 1 mana out of its next command attack, which means all you need is 1 more land and you're basically already there. If you get to attack with it at all, you've basically got the command attacks covered, so that's a really nice feeling to have. But there's also another part to the card which is what really pushes it over the edge. It's basically going to allow any artifact token you tap to give you an extra mana, so that's going to work very well with a bunch of different things. It works well with junk tokens, it works well with blood tokens of course, and crucially it works very well with treasures, everyone's favorite mechanic, which just become even better with this in place. These are all going to provide 2 mana since you are tapping the treasures when you sacrifice them. Of course, apart from all of that, it works very well with the Meteorite it creates because the Meteorite is going to tap for 2 mana, and that's probably one of the reasons that the Meteorite comes in tap, unlike the actual card Meteorite. So anyway, what can we do to make this card even better? How can we abuse it? Well, there's a few things that can be done. Obviously, any token doubler is going to be really nice, so something like Parallel Lives seems really good in a deck helmed by this card. Synergies with artifacts are going to be fairly nice too, since you're probably going to be making a lot of artifacts with this, so having lots of ways to trigger when an artifact enters the battlefield, for example, should be fairly good. Doubling enter the battlefield effects would also be nice, but that's not really something that's going to happen very much in these colors. However, you can double attack triggers with something like Wolfgar of Icewind Vale, which is really nice because getting 2 meteorites every time you attack makes it very difficult for your opponents to keep up. Not only that, you can then start moving into something like extra combat steps, which is obviously fantastic here as well. Something like Karlach, Fury of Avernus is going to work so nicely with Roxanne because you're basically going to get 2 meteorites every turn as well as dealing a bunch of damage. As for what the deck is going to look like in general, I think you're going to want something with lots of high mana value mana sinks so that you can really put the mana that you're getting from the meteorites to good use. Something like Svella Ice Shaper actually works very well as well because she's actually going to make mana rocks herself too, which is really nice with the second ability from Roxanne, and she also has a mana sink that you can conveniently sink all of that mana that you're going to be making into. So yeah, it's quite a unique take on a Gruul commander, which I'm all about, but is very pushed, and I'm certainly looking forward to getting my hands on this one and building a deck with it, particularly since she's super cute. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel, and until next time, take care.